A good day to all of us. I am Eliza Aubrey Cruz and I will be the one to introduce our research entitled The Design and Development of Ergonomic Workstation in Mabini Tablea Food Producers in Mabini, Batangas, also known as Mablea. And for our chapter 1, the problem and its background, introducing the Mablea. Mablea is a cooperative and Mablea means Mabini Tablea food producers, and it is the first women's community organization in Mabini and was established on December 28, 2017. It is the first and only company to sell tablaya-based goods, and with the assistance of the Department of Science and Technology, which is the DOST, along with the Saraptimist International of Mabini and as well as the Mabini local government. So this is the Mablea. Currently, the cooperative has 8 active members, and obviously they are all women. So, given their stronghold on the market, the tablea industry has been enthusiastic to raise the quality of their products and satisfy the market's growing demands for tablea-based products. The venture's most well-known product is the tablea and peanut or tabnut, and as the demand of this item rises, it encounters several difficulties that have an impact on the production. So this is the Mabini Tablea food producers orders in the last 5 months. So along with it, average received orders and the average produced orders. So in the last 5 months, 100 to 105 tubs of tabnut, which is equal to 2,000 to 2,100 pieces of the product, is the average received orders of the Mablea. Yet, they only produced only 80 to 88 tubs of tabnut. And according to the workers, whenever there are sudden book orders all at once, it becomes a challenging and tiring job due to its repetitive task. And according to them, workers struggle with blisters on their hands from firmly pressing the mold, soreness or numbness in their knees and thighs, from standing for extended periods of time, and manual production of tabnuts one by one. And we researchers, we the proponents, use the Cornell Musculoskeletal Discomfort Questionnaire. We let them answer this questionnaire. So this is the result of the corner questionnaire that has been mentioned a while ago. And there is a low risk and improvement may be required for a number of worker body parts, including the upper arm, forearm, hip, buttocks, and knee, which have 29.22% to 35.11% risk percentage of all processes, production, and evaluation outcomes. The neck, shoulder, right thigh, and left lower leg, on the other hand, are at medium risk for obtaining 41.72% to 52.83%, which calls for more investigation and immediate changes. On the other hand, there is a significant danger of having a 60.61% to 71.17% percentage risk in upper back, lower back, right wrist, and foot lie, which calls for a change as soon as possible. So this is the process flow chart of the production of the tabnut. So this is the tabnut current manual production process, which involves 2 workers, 6 operations, and 2 travels for a total cycle time of 61.95 seconds for each tabnut. So for objectives of the study, Trisha Maliksi will discuss it further.
Now we will proceed to the objectives. The major objective of the study is to develop a workstation with a built-in manual molder that is ergonomically suitable for the Mabini Tablea food producers workers to increase their productivity. Specifically, this study aims to achieve the following. Number 1, to identify the needs and factors to take into account while designing and developing a workstation for Mabini Tablea food producer. Under that, we have Filipino anthropometric measurement, process, materials, and cost. Number 2, to propose a design alternatives or ergonomic workstation with reference factors and requirements identified. Number 3, to evaluate and select the best design alternatives through trade-off analysis with given criteria in terms of productivity, comfort, mobility, and maintainability. Number 4, to fabricate the best design for ergonomic workstation. And lastly, number 5, to evaluate the effectiveness of the workstation and assess its functionality in terms of productivity, ergonomic factor, and workers' comfortability. Now we will proceed to the conceptual framework, which is the input-output process. The input employs knowledge requirements regarding the ergonomic concepts, anthropometric measurements, engineering design principle, investigation of existing and related ergonomic workstation, ergonomic factor, and safety standards. Furthermore, design requirements contain the layout of the design and materials specification were considered for the ergonomic design requirements, and safety regulation in the workplace will be highly implemented for the safety of each staff and workers. Next, for the process data gathering, through face-to-face interview and observation and coronal musculoskeletal discomfort questionnaire, which is the CDMQ, assessment of the result will be taken into consideration according to the beneficiary of the study. Trade-off analysis will be used to evaluate the select best design according to given criteria such as productivity, comfortability, mobility, and maintainability. And lastly, the output of the study will be used as an ergonomic workstation for the workers of Mabini Tablea, food producer in Mabini, Batangas.
For the significance of the study, this part of the study discusses the following benefits of the design and development of ergonomic workstation in Mabini Tablea, food producer in Mabini, Batangas. Its benefits the following: to Mablea, Mabini Tablea food producers, to the customers, to the industrial engineering department, and to future researchers. And for our scope and limitation of the study, this study is mainly focused on the design and development of the workstation in Mabini Tablea food producer. The researchers will design and develop an ergonomic workstation to improve the productivity, efficiency, and body posture of the worker while working for the Tabnut production. The researchers will propose an ergonomic workstation for annual Tabnut workstation in order to lower the risk of musculoskeletal disorders associated with that process, as well as to support the Mabini Tablea food producer employees in enhancing their productivity. This does not cover other processes involved in the production of Tabnut, such as cooking of the needed ingredients for the Tabnut production. It mainly focuses on molding and wrapping the mixture. For Chapter 2, Review of Related Literature. These are the conceptual literature we have found. Kumari A. 2018, Ergonomic Assessment of the Work Environment of Food Processing Enterprises in Punjab. Lucia Fermata, 2016, Work Measurement Approach to Determine Standard Time in Assembly Line. Peasant and Hasegrave, 2018, Body Space Anthropometry Ergonomics and the Design of Work. Navarro, 2016, Engineering Trade-off Strategies Design Evaluation for Fabrication Company in the Philippines. And these are the research literature we have found. Rivero, 2016, Fuzzy Logic and Rula Method for Assessing the Risk of Working Procedure Manufacturing. Can and Ford, 2015, Improving and Modifying the Design of Workstation within Manufacturing Environment. Wanabe, 2013, An Ergonomic Evaluation of Assessment of the Workstation to Improve the Productivity for an Enterprise. Karim, 2014, Improvement of Workflow and Productivity through Application of Maynard Operation Sequence Technique. Malagi, 2012, Food Industry, Frozen Food Industry, and Canning and Food Preserving. Madani, 2016, Rapid Entire Body Assessment, a literature review, American Journal of Engineering Applied Sciences. For our synthesis, as stated in the study of Rivero 2015, entitled Fossil Logic and Ruler Method for Assessing the Risk of Working. He stated that today productivity is one of a company's most important components. The idea of productivity not only implies higher earnings but also guarantees that resources are employed efficiently in line with the objective or goal of the firm. People are one of the most 21 significant resources, so it's important to consider their workstation while talking about productivity. In the study of Comary 2018 entitled Ergonomic Assessment of the Work Environment of Food Processing Enterprise in Punjab, stated modification to the workstation were required to allow the workers to work comfortably and for the job to fit them rather than the other way around in order to avoid the severe postures they exhibited. In the form of a line diagram, low-cost changes were proposed that businesses may use to make their employees more comfortable. And a study entitled The Impact of Active Workstation on Workplace, Productivity and Performance stated that active workstation have been proposed as a means of reducing sedentary behavior at the workplace. It's critical to understand that using this workstation influences how productive employees are.
And for the chapter 3, the research methodology. So, first one is the research method. The design method of research will be used to assess the current situation of the workers' safety and productivity in making the Tabnut bar and to identify the factors to be considered in solving their existing problem, which includes safety, comfort, and productivity. The researchers will provide questionnaires and assessment tools to the workers to know the existing scenario in their production that corresponds to the aforementioned variables. So for the subject of the study, the subject of this study are the workers of Mabini Tablea food producers in Mabini, Batangas. The mentioned individuals are the respondents who will provide answers that will help the researchers gather the information that is vital for the study. The respondents involved in the study will provide answers to the questionnaire regarding the safety, comfort, and productivity of the workers while manually producing tabnuts. And for the data gathering instrument, first is the interviews with the workers of Mabini Tablea food producer in Mabini, Batangas. Next is the assessment of the ergonomic factors regarding the safety, comfort, and productivity of the workers to have the best design of Tabnut workstation that will perfectly fit the workers. Next one is the assessment tools such as kernel musculoskeletal discomfort questionnaires or the CMDQ. The time study to monitor and track the time involved in each step in producing Tabnut. The trade-off analysis result of the analysis will be used as the basis for the design of the Tabnut workstation. And lastly, the researchers will also gather data and information by the use of other related research from different books, articles, and journals. And for the data gathering procedures, first one is the questionnaires for the workers of Mabini Tablea food producers will be provided by the researchers. And the ergonomic assessment checklist such as the kernel musculoskeletal discomfort questionnaire or the CMDQ to evaluate and assess the worker's work-related body discomfort. Also, the Filipino anthropometric measurements will then be utilized as a reference, and the researchers will conduct an ergonomic assessment in terms of the anthropometric dimension by getting the bed measurements of the workers. And lastly, the trade-off analysis based on the scores rated by the workers and the experts. So for the statistical treatment of data, descriptive statistics will be used in analyzing and interpreting data, and the results of the questionnaire will be used as the data for the computation. The researchers will use the formula in getting the mean, weighted mean, and percentage. Thank you.